Hi guys, this is Tootie back again with another video. Today I'm going to talk about some facial cleansers that I've used, and these are all empties, so I've used them all completely and have opinions about them that I'm going to share. Cleansers in general, I don't like to spend a lot of money because you don't need to. I don't like to spend money on cleansers that claim to treat your skin with antioxidants and acids and whatnots, because you're essentially just washing those ingredients down the drain because your cleanser isn't on your face very long in order for those ingredients to be effective. So I typically aim to buy cleansers that will clean my face without stripping it, clean my face whether it's bare or with makeup. That's usually my goal. I want something that's going to clean even a caked on makeup face once through, even though I double cleanse, but I do like the first cleanse to be pretty thorough. So I guess I'll start with the drugstore cleansers first and then work my way up. So the first one that I have here, this is my first time buying it. It was on sale and I was just like, why not? I don't feel like spending a whole bunch of money. I think I spent like $5-6 on this. But it's the Aveeno Ultra Calming Hydrating Gel Cleanser. I really liked it. It's great for oily skin, oily combination skin, which is what I have. I think maybe people with very dry skin would find it a little too, not stripping, because none of my cleansers are stripping, but not hydrating enough. But I would totally recommend this to someone with normal up to oily skin. It's very viscous, so you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. But yeah, it gets makeup off nicely. For caked on makeup, obviously, in most cases you'll need to double cleanse, but this was perfectly fine, and it was very cheap and inexpensive. So if I'm in another bind, I would probably reach for this for sure. The next one that I got was also from the drugstore. I think I got it from Target. Neutrogena Naturals. Now this one was a little bit more expensive. This one was like, I think $12 or $13, which is fine, but I think for a drugstore that's a little bit expensive versus, a $5 to $8 cleanser that you typically see in the drugstore. In terms of the performance of the product, it worked perfectly fine. I would recommend this to all skin types, even the dry, because I feel like it wasn't as, it was a little bit more hydrating than the last one. But also what I liked about this one was that it's a gel, and the texture, it's kind of weird. Like it's just the gel. There's no beads or any kind of exfoliators in there, but it's hard to explain. It's kind of like this coarse gel. So when I put it on my skin, I almost felt like it was working a little bit harder to get oil off. You would have to use it in order for it to make sense. I just noticed that the texture was very interesting, but in a good way. I liked it anyway. It was good at taking off makeup, not stripping the skin, hydrating enough for maybe normal to dry skin types. All right, so the next one, it's I consider it a cleanser because it is removing makeup, but it's just the Garnier Micellar cleansing water. So this is the first Micellar water that I've ever used. I have nothing to compare it to. I know that Bioderma is supposed to be the gold standard. I just don't care to spend that much money on a micellar water. So being completely ignorant to how well Bioderma works, I really like this one and I would recommend it because of the price. And I also like the little travel size bottle of it, because I usually when I travel is when I usually use this the most, because when I'm traveling I'm usually going out more, therefore wearing heavier makeup, and I do like something that's very specific to just kind of getting makeup off without using a whole bunch of water and having to wash my face in the traditional sense, especially since I don't much care for the cleansing wipes, like the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. I don't like, not that Neutrogena is bad or their brand of it is bad. I typically don't like any of them. I find them to be irritating, so I much prefer the micellar on a cotton pad. All right, moving on along. The next few cleansers are from Paula's Choice, which is my favorite skincare brand ever. This one is, I think, the first of her of her cleansers that I've ever purchased. I knew I would like it, so I went ahead and bought the big ass bottle because they have smaller bottles, like the 7 fluid ounce or something like that. But I just got the big one because I was like, all right, I know I'm gonna like this. It says light lather, which I agree with. Great for sensitive skin, which I agree with. Removes makeup. Yes, all those things. The lather is nice. It's luxurious, but it's a pretty gentle lather. It gets makeup off nicely. Leaves the skin feeling hydrated. Again, probably not enough hydration for very dry skin types. It gets the makeup off. It gets the grime off without drying your skin out, but it doesn't leave oily girls feeling too oily. So I really like this one. I would totally recommend it. The only downside is the price. Again, like I said, I don't like to spend that much money on cleansers because I just needed to get my skin clean. But this one is less, I think if you get like the 6.7 fluid ounces, it's less than $20, which is okay by my book. I can afford that. But you don't need to spend even $15 on a cleanser. You can get a really good cleanser at $5. So I just really love Paula's Choice, so I want to support the brand, but like I wouldn't spend this much on other brands, I don't think. Not willy-nilly like that. But I do recommend it if you don't mind spending $20 on a cleanser. All right, the next one is another Paula's Choice cleanser. It's called the Redness Relief Cleanser. And this one, I love this cleanser. Now, this one is different. It says it's for normal to dry, which I would recommend to dry skin folks because this is a cream cleanser. And the very first cream cleanser that I bought was Glossier's cleanser. What's it called? I thought that Glossier's cream cleanser was just not worth the money. It worked okay. It was good for very dry skin types who don't wear makeup or only wear Glossier makeup. If you are a person that wears regular schmegular foundation and makeup, Glossier's cream cleanser does not remove the makeup, not even the first pass, barely the second pass. This, and because of that experience, I thought that all cream cleansers sucked, but because I'm such a product junkie and I love Paula's Choice, I was like, they came out with this new line. I want to try another cream cleanser. I'm going to buy this. This is bomb. I would buy this again just as my main cleanser, not even for makeup removal, because it's a cream cleanser, but it's not as, if there's more liquid, there's more water in it or something. I don't know. There's something in it. There's more cleaning properties in it than the Glossier one. So it does remove makeup, regular makeup, the first pass nicely, including mascara and everything like that. I don't know about waterproof. I don't wear waterproof makeup, but regular mascara and eyebrow stuff, yes. But what I like about it is that it also left your skin feeling hydrated and nice. It's just a really good cream cleanser. You put it on, you add a little bit of water, it emulsifies, and it washes off cleanly. It gets all the makeup off. I would totally recommend this, and I will be repurchasing this at some point. Probably after I finish my next cleanser, I'll probably gonna buy this just because it was such a treat. And yeah, I would totally recommend this over the Glossier one. That's the only cream cleanser I ever used, so that one was just so disappointing. And then I came upon this. I was like, oh, not all cream cleansers suck. Okay, done rambling about that. This next one, another Paula's Choice. I told you guys I was a Paula's Choice fan. This is her newest cleanser from her newest line. It's part of her like defense line for like kind of people in their 20s to 30s who are conscientious about anti-aging, but not quite in the realm of needing to full on do, you know, Redness or whatever, retinols for wrinkles that they don't quite have yet. So she made this line that's kind of like that in between, and you don't want to use a ton of products, just have a simple streamlined system. This is the cleanser from that system, and it is called the Hydrating Gel to Cream Cleanser for all skin types, which I would agree with. It says it quickly and gently removes makeup. Yes. Milky emulsion. Yes. So it comes out like a gel, like most of my cleansers do, kind of like this gel. But this one's a little bit different in that when you add the water, it's not as foamy. In terms of foaminess, this one first, this one, and then this one's the least foamy. So I would say that the pink bottle is almost like a mixture of these two, which I really like. And the packaging is cute. Like, come on, I don't know, it's bold, it's to the point. I don't know, I'm just into it. I really like this new line. The next are a little bit high end, you can get at Sephora. The first one is the Kiehl's Ultra Cleansing something facial cleanser. So I don't know how much the large one costs, but this one was, you know how you're in that Sephora line and they got all these like sample size things that snatches up all your money. I fell for it. I got this one because I heard it was a really good cleanser, and I really like it. Now this one, it's interesting. It's just like any other cleanser in that, you know, it gets the makeup off nicely, has a little bit of foam action, actually a regular amount of foam action or whatever, and rinses cleanly. And it does leave your skin feeling not too stripped, maybe not enough hydration for oil or for dry skin types, but for normal and everyone else, yeah, it has a nice finish to it. But what I found very surprising was the texture of it, or the thickness of it, I should say. It is very concentrated, this cleanser, and it's almost worth the price to me because, like, I think I spent somewhere in the teens for this product, 2.5 fluid ounces. So if you just look at that, well, I mean, it's expensive, right? Which makes sense because this is sold in Sephora versus the other one sold at Target. But this is so thick that you don't need that much. You won't use the same dollop that you would use for a traditional, a regular cleanser. You need like a third, half to a third of what you would normally use, and it's just so thick. I was very surprised by it. At first I thought it was just like kind of old and dried out, but that's just how it's formulated. So I kind of like that. Like, you just don't have to use a lot, so you go through the bottle very slowly. So it ends up being probably the same in terms of monetary value because you're not using as much. Now, I guess if you don't really adjust and you're using the same amount of product for either products, you're gonna go through this pretty quickly. But I don't know, I like the texture, and it was a hydrating cleanser, so I would recommend this to anyone. If you want to spend a little extra coin, for sure, I would pick this up. Okay, the next one is a makeup cleansing balm, the Boscia Charcoal Makeup Melter. I have used a few of these like melting makeup melter balms. I've used the Clinique one, this one other one whose name escapes me. So I've used like 3, I think, all from Sephora. And this one is my favorite. The reason, because I feel like they all perform the same. You put the oil on, the makeup immediately starts to break down, and you rinse it, fine. So they all are good products, and I really do like them for makeup removal, especially when it's a night out and it's like caked on, because I like a cake face when I go. I like the beat and everything. So I prefer to use a balm. But the reason why I like this one better than all the other ones that I've used is because when you add water to it, it emulsifies. I like that emulsification sensation especially for people with oily skin. It's just nice to have that oily, luxurious slip of the makeup, and then we add water, that oiliness completely just kind of breaks down, and now it's just like this regular cleanser, hydrating cleanser, and it rinses off so cleanly, and I love that. I feel like the Clinique Take the Day Off or something like that, and then the other one that I've used that I'm forgetting the name, those were good, but when you add the water, it doesn't, that oiliness is still there, not as much, but it's still there. And for someone who's has oily skin, in the cleansing process, I like there to be a pretty clean slate, hydrated but clean slate, whereas I didn't always feel clean afterwards. Not that I didn't go in with a traditional cleanser afterwards, which I did anyway, but for this, it's almost like you wouldn't even need it. The finish feels like maybe like something like this, where it's just a cream cleanser with that nice hydrated feeling afterwards. That's how this finish is like. Whereas the other balm cleansers, it was a little bit, it was a little bit oilier, which is, fine. Especially for people with dry skin, I'm sure that's great. But man, this one has a nice, strong, oily start and then a clean, hydrated finish. So I would definitely repurchase that. I've been wanting to try out Pharmacy's, Pharmacy with an F. It's sold at Sephora. That one everyone seems to be raving about. So I want to try that one and see if it has that same finish and if it'll bump this one off of first place. But for now, the Boscia charcoal balm, that's my favorite balm cleanser. That's it, y'all. Yeah. So thanks for listening. Hopefully you guys found some good recommendations, and if you decide to pick up any of these cleansers, hit me up, put a comment, or if you have, let me know what you think, or if I was too harsh on anything, I want to know what you thought that I was completely wrong on, or whatever. Let's just talk about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys later. Bye.